name is Ciro Hidalgo, and I'm the principal of George T. Baker Aviation Technical College.
Hi, I'm Benny Benitez, and I'm the chairman of the George T. Baker Aviation Advisory Committee, an active role that I've held for 15 years.
George T. Baker is an FAA-approved aviation maintenance school. Our school prepares students for employment as the next generation of aviation maintenance technicians through programs like airframe and power plant mechanics and avionics systems technicians. As we prepare students for tomorrow's economy and challenge them to grow, learn, and prepare, our relationships with the industry that will hire them has never been more important to their success.
Nowhere is the link between industry and schools more important than in technical education. Our involvement in the evaluation of programs and students is critical in ensuring student success upon employment. Building relationships with industry partners requires open channels of communication between industry, employers, and school administrators. The advisory committee provides industry partners with a platform onto which to discuss industry needs. In today's rapidly evolving economy, the skills and demands are constantly changing. And the best way for educators and employers to ensure the success of graduate students is to collaborate and address industry needs.
Hello, my name is Luis Diaz, and I'm an assistant superintendent for Miami-Dade County Public Schools. In career and technical education, the relationship between industry and schools forms the bedrock for preparing students to work in their fields. This relationship is developed through the implementation of industry advisory committees, which provide schools with an opportunity to collaborate with industry partners, ensuring that program goals align with the needs of employers. They are a critical component of career and technical education, or CTE, and play an important role in the development of CTE programs. Advisory committees are made up of members which represent the student body, the school staff, and most importantly, industry partners. They provide stakeholders with an opportunity to provide meaningful insight, enabling educators and school administrators to make effective strategic decisions on the direction of their program. In many CTE settings, industry advisory committees are mandated by accrediting agencies, such as the Council on Occupational Education. These committees provide CTE programs with the support they need to grow and are essential to the development of job placement efforts. By involving local industry partners, schools create a network of employers who are directly involved in the strategic growth of the school. This not only provides students with several avenues for employment, but also ensures in-field job placement.
Hello everyone, my name is Brian Loomer. I am the Vice President General Manager of AAR Aircraft Services in Miami. So George T. Baker is the pipeline to our future for aircraft technicians. We're really relying on them to go out and find the technicians, develop them, train them, and prepare them for the future. We're going to have an awful lot of openings in aviation over the next decade with all the baby boomers retiring, and we're going to have a lot of positions to fill. The opportunity in the future for advancement is going to be amazing. You don't have to just start as a technician and stay a technician. You can become a lead mechanic, a supervisor, a manager, a director, a VP, a GM. The opportunities are just amazing. So we're really relying on George T. Baker to help us get to where we need to go in the near future.
Part of the role that the school plays for our company is to basically give the basic structures to the students so that they know the basics of where to get information. Once you go past the school and you learn where your ATA chapters are, or how to safety wire, what a torque wrench is, the difference between different tools, basically when you walk into industry, that gives you your foundation. From the foundation, we take it on and continue the education process on the job training, continuing with classroom training, which happens in most companies on a weekly or monthly basis.
Hi, my name is George Leonard. I'm a former student here at George T. Baker. I currently work at F&E Aircraft Maintenance and just got hired on with Delta Airlines in Atlanta. I feel that the culture here at George T. Baker has prepared me for industry by providing insight to what it's like in the real world working on aircraft. So a lot of what I was doing here at George T. Baker, from working in the sheet metal shop to dropping engines off aircraft, it's very similar, exactly what I do out in industry.
The thing that I love most about being a student at Baker Aviation Technical College is it has such a hands-on approach. It's not just sitting in a classroom and reading a textbook and writing down vocabulary words. We actually get to be on these amazing beasts. We get to be on actual aircrafts, and that's something that we're going to be doing in the field once we finish and get our licenses. So I think that aspect of the school has really pushed me and driven me to be as successful as I am in the industry.
Being the chair of the Aviation Advisory Committee here at Baker for 15 years, I have had the pleasure to watch the school develop in many great ways. The level of technology that's being taught here has been fantastic. With the help of industry partners, we have benefited from donations, relationships, and feedback from industry. This helps in our students coming out to be more in tune with industry, and Baker itself emulates what industry is out there. The other unique thing about Baker is the culture of industry is instilled in this school in terms of the students learning about safety, in terms of wearing protective gear on the ramp, in terms of having a sense of FOD control, tool control, and even the manuals for many of these airplanes are digitized to emulate industry. Here at Baker, the students get the real feel of what industry is out there, in the sense of their attitude, in the sense of relating to what industry compiles. So when they're out there, they make a perfect fit.
I believe the opportunity the school's provided me in attaining a job out in industry and the experience that I've gotten from that has definitely made me more marketable and helped me land that job with Delta.
In addition to providing employment avenues and curriculum strategic support, industry advisory committees also benefit CTE programs by providing a continuous evaluation of employed graduate students. This component of industry involvement is essential in addressing the skills and knowledge required to succeed in employment. Reporting on deficient skills or content area knowledge assists curriculum developers and administrators in addressing the strategic needs of a program.
Industry advisory partners should be employees with supervisory and hiring responsibilities. Ideally, advisory committee members will provide feedback to the school on student performance. This relationship is an open dialogue between the employer and the school and supports school strategic planning and organizational growth. It also promotes academic and career achievement after graduation. Administrators should consider advisory committee members who will have the time in their schedule to participate in committee meetings and to be involved in the strategic planning process. Committee members may spend time at strategic planning and advisory meetings and also volunteer at community events.
I'm proud to be part of the advisory committee at George T. Baker. It gives us an opportunity to tell the schools what we're looking for. You know, what the changes are in the future, if we need curriculum changes. They are always there to listen. We've talked about putting Gen Fam classes for the technicians, so when they arrive at our facility, they have some experience on the 737 and not just the basic A&P classes. And George T. Baker has been so responsive to that, and it's been amazing.
Basically, it's very important not only for our company to be working very close to the school, but every business owner that owns a 145 repair station should really work closely together with the school, because this is where our talent is going to come from. Local kids learning from local teachers to get this homegrown talent to come. You got to remember, Miami has always been a mecca of aviation, the mecca of aviation maintenance, starting all the way back from the 1930s. This school at one time was a terminal for Pan Am, and now it's teaching students to go across the street and work on these sophisticated airplanes.
Another really cool thing about George T. Baker is that we have a lot of donations that come into the school for our students to work on. For example, engines as well as aircrafts in the back. We have a Learjet on campus, as well as landing gears from 777s that were donated from companies that are not even 2 miles up the street from our school. So that's a really cool thing to be a part of as well as being a student here.
They get a lot of help from the industry, a lot of leaders that make their way over and contribute the scholarship, sheet metal, materials here for the shop, things of that sort. And it's really helped me move along into industry.
As the chair of the Aviation Advisory Committee, what I look for is industry partners that bring to the school donations, education, and industry feedback. Here at Baker, we work closely with our partners. Many are graduates of the school who give back to the school to benefit the educational program here. A lot of these planes that you see here were gratitudes by donations of our partners. We have had airplanes donations, engines donations, parts. These donations have allowed us to enhance our program, to allow students to understand what's out there.
Some of the donations that we did several years ago, we donated some landing gears for 737-300s. The main reason for me doing it, I remember back in the mid-'80s or early '80s when I was going through the schools, we were working on landing gears from DC-3s with Chevron seals. So I wanted the students to work on something a little bit more modern than what I used to work on. So that when they hit the real world, they're actually working on something that they're actually going to work in the real world. In addition to that, we've helped them out with certain tooling for the overhaul of these landing gears that they're going to use in the real world once they get out to industry.
So each year, AAR participates in the graduation at George T. Baker. This year, we will award the 3 top students a $1,500 gift card from Snap-on to help them get set for the future.
Industry advisory committees are structured to include members from the student body, teaching faculty, administration, and most importantly, the industry. For many accrediting agencies which require advisory committees, there are a minimum number of industry members required to establish a quorum. To effectively establish an advisory committee, there should be a minimum number of 3 local industry partners on the membership roster for the committee. Having multiple advisory members will ensure a diverse representation of the hiring companies in the industry, while providing ample feedback for strategic initiatives. Of the industry members, 1 will serve as a chairperson, who will help organize the meetings and ensure that all items on the agendas are covered. It is important that the chairperson is an industry representative. Additionally, students are also involved in successful advisory committees. Student input is often overlooked, yet critical to the successful planning for the program. Input from students regarding instructional quality, customer service, learning environment, and testing is critical in determining future strategic goals. Having students collaborate with industry also provides them with a meaningful opportunity to build relationships with their future employers. A successful industry advisory committee will maintain at least 3 students on the roster.
People here at Baker say the students are top-notch, feedback from industry always wants more, and major companies always call upon this school to get the best of the product in education and experience that helps our industry grow. Baker's unique sense of education and the approach to industry helps us tie the industry together, helps us give the students a real education that once they're out there, they can relate to.
A lot of what I learned here really carried over to what it was I was doing out there. And I have to attribute that to the school's involvement with industry, because they helped shape the curriculum here at the school to mimic what it is that I was doing out there.
Everybody that's here, that's training you at the school, that's going to school with you, we're all doing it together. They've all done it. You know, they've worked to put themselves through school, and now they're training you to be the best mechanic and technician that you can in the industry. And so they're understanding, and they really push you, and they make sure to guide you in everything that you need to do that's going to make you successful out there in the field. And that's the culture that's really pushed and driven here at George T. Baker, and it's something that I'm really grateful to be a part of, and I find it an honor to call myself a Baker graduate.
It is imperative not only for us as a business owner, but for every business owner that owns a 145 repair station, 121, 123, doesn't matter what type of aviation field you're in, to have a close tie to the school. This is where our community, kids from our community go to, and this is where we should be bringing up all our students. We have to bring them from our community. The biggest part of that is we came from the same community, we came from this school. This is what gave us our foundation, and this is where we've ended up today.
As we prepare students for tomorrow's economy and challenge them to grow, learn, and prepare, our relationships with the industry that will hire them has never been more important to their success. We need to engage those future employers to ensure that our programs are preparing students for the modern workforce. Advisory committees can be an essential quality assurance and customer satisfaction component of any successful program. Through industry advisory committees, we encourage you to build on the relationships that will expand the opportunities for your students and take your programs to the next level.